Yo, what's good, everyone? It's your boys, Jimmy, Daz, and Deffer. All right, lads.
Hello, mate.
Hello.
Hello.
It's what it's like.
I know. What is how beautiful is
It's the best
recording
time.
in the light?
Oh my God.
It's normally like pitch black, pouring with rain,
Much better than
miserable.
recording in the
We got
darkness.
we've got no excuse now to be in bad moods.
No, that's it.
Soon, mate, soon. Jumping the gun a bit, right? Got to wait full summer to come. But
Summer's
it's
got its hat
nice.
on though.
Yeah, it's coming, mate.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
down here it's been fucking proper shit, mate. We've had like gale force winds, lashing rain, and like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
really hot sun. Like, so
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know what the
yeah,
fuck's
yeah.
happening today, bro.
Nah, I don't
It's
know,
all
mate.
over the shop, mate, isn't it?
It's all over the shop.
But that's living in the
Cheers to
UK
global
for you.
warming, baby.
So today then we're going through some of our favorite albums from March. I say some of our favorite albums because it's been an absolutely nutty month for metal releases this month. And when you've got a month where you've got stuff like Bruce Dickinson's dropped a brilliant solo album, Judas Priest have dropped an incredible record, Aborted, Eternal. When you've got bands like that, which we haven't managed to get into the lineup for tonight, that's when you
That
know
just
it's been a good
shows
one,
that.
doesn't it?
Yeah, man, agree.
And it's showing no slow signs of slowing down into this month either. Like
Oh God.
April,
May's looking brutal as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
April, May.
yeah. It's
this is it, mate. It's all ramping up now, isn't it?
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh, we love it, really, don't we?
We love it,
We
mate,
love
don't
it,
we?
really.
Bank account don't.
I declare bankruptcy. Right then, so let's kick this off in the USA with the second album from Apparition called Disgrace Emanations from a Tranquil State. This was released the 22nd of March on Profound Law. Apparition have absolutely nailed that blend between murky, cavernous, old school death metal with the atmospheric, dirgy doom side. Like this album just delivers on both fronts massively, doesn't it?
Oh God, yeah.
I think it's a big step up from the last album.
Oh, I
It
do as
was
well.
really, this one's done new in it, Jim. Big time.
Oh, this is brilliant, mate. This I like the first album, but
Yeah.
Daz, when the band say themselves that this is the album they wanted to make before, like you know that you're onto a winner.
Oh God, it's such a beautiful album as well, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
the progressions and the transitions.
Yeah, 100%.
Unbelievable, mate. Reminds me a bit of Ghosadar actually when they dropped Morbid Despotic Ritual, which was high up on the list that year. Kind of got a bit those flavors in there, innit?
It has, mate. Yeah. It's more ambitious, more expansive than the debut, more dynamic as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think the man of the match on this record for me, the guitar work from Miles McIntosh and Andrew Solis is unbelievable on this record. Like their ability to switch things from like those spidery riffs to there's like death style progressive riffs on here to almost like hardcore-esque chugging riffs. And to do all that like the drop of a hat just keeps this keeps you just like glued to the record for the whole runtime.
Mate, you know when like someone like Derek Veller's just like this is sublime.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
actually sublime, mate.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. When you get the cosign from
Yeah,
from
Tomb
someone
Mob.
like,
Yeah, man.
the lead work on it is wicked as well, isn't it? Like,
Yeah. Oh, I love the lead work. Those like clean passages, the atmosphere. Like it's amazing, mate. This entire album from front to back. You know, it's got really memorable riffs and stuff in it as well,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, the closing track, Circular Kate. Circular Kate. I think that's how it said. Like, it's
yeah.
just
We'll
got
call
that
it
bit
that.
in the middle, in it. Like every time, it's just like in my head
Yeah,
every
yeah.
fucking day.
But you can see that they've been studying at the school of Chuck and Trey, can't you? With the guitar work on it, like what a school to study at.
Yeah, and then sprinkling a bit of the hardcore goodness in there as well.
Yeah, that's absolutely,
Best
mate.
time.
And then you've got those hints of like in those slower, doomier moments with those little clean guitar bits, like just made me think of Foreverglades. Like it's
Yes, mate.
but
Well, like that, innit?
yeah, there's that side to it as well. So it's just like a perfect combo
Yeah,
of
for Tomb Mold
everything
and
we
Worm.
love. Yeah, yeah, that's
So good.
yeah,
You
fucking
know, with a
brilliant,
bit of
mate.
hardcore like put in.
absolutely. Mate, like Taylor Young plays bass on here, but he just understands the mission with every album he produces, doesn't he? Like he
Understands the
gets the
mission,
mission.
He's like the perfect soldier. He's like
Yeah, yeah.
Captain America.
He really does just like nail everything production wise. Like again, like you know, like the Upon Stone album we spoke about, where we were like, it's got a bit of a magic to it, that record, hasn't it? This
Yes,
album's got
mate.
this album's got the same.
Yes, mate. It does. It does. It has that sort of like exactly that magic
You can't put your
sort of
finger on
vibe,
it.
mate. No.
Yeah, it's got an atmosphere that you just like, it's intangible. You can't reach out and grab it. Do you know what I mean? It's just such
Yeah.
a like, oh,
It's
yeah,
like Foreverglade and that as well, isn't it?
yeah, exactly
You
that,
know,
mate. Yeah,
a
yeah,
magical album.
yeah, absolutely. Another drummer, vocalist / vocalist in the death metal world, Andrew Morgan's like performance on here is fucking brilliant. The drums sound brilliant. Like listen to the intro to Paradoxism. I think
Yes,
that's how
mate.
you pronounce it. Is wicked, and then he's got like those reverb tinged fucking deep gutturals that are exactly what you want. And something I felt was really corny as well. They got their friend Michael Mull on to play like bass clarinet on the interludes
sick.
of this. So you know, like there's that like really trippy interlude towards the end. And it's
Mm.
just like the most bizarre noises. I was like, what the fuck's that? Yeah, so it's a bass clarinet apparently. I've never even heard of one, but there's one on here, man.
There you go. Every day's a school day, bro.
It is, isn't it? And yeah, just obviously want to touch as well the artwork as well from Van Marga is absolutely spot on, isn't it? It's just sums up the feel. We see there, see what I did there? The feel.
Yes,
That was
mate.
the last time.
I love it.
See what I did there? But yeah, this is like 6 tracks, 38 minutes of brilliant death metal in it.
Yeah.
It's, I think if you dig Cruciamentum, Witch Vomit, Death, Incantation, like bit of old, bit of new. If you dig any of that, like this should be right up your Strasser. It's made certified. It's gone straight towards the top of the
come on,
the listings already,
doubt.
man.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, wicked album. Apparition, Disgraced Emanations from a Tranquil State. Get on that if you haven't already. Okay, second album then. We're staying in the USA with the debut album from Brat. It's called Social Grace, and this came out on the 15th of March on Prosthetic. Hands down, easily one of the most fun 21-minute listens of the year so far. It's fucking wicked, this. Steph, you well like this as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like an album that was I supposed to like. I mean, it had everything sort of move into like that bimbo core, like, oh god, it's going to be one of these albums, you know. Then you play that first track, Ego Death, and it's like, oh no, it's not. It's something completely different. It's pure chaotic death grind with new metal, proper old school death metal, thrash, hardcore. It's fucking everything. It's played at ridiculous speeds throughout. The drumming is ridiculous. The vocals are sick. It just does not let off for the 21 minutes. It's fucking insane.
It really don't. But do you know what's really, really funny about this record? It's like, it's a much more accessible, easier listen than all of that would suggest.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? You can just put this on and like, I don't know. There's not a second of this record goes by where you're like, oh, that's like, do you know what I mean? It's just fucking.
When you're trying to fill like a minute and a half tracks, you need to make it as catchy and
interesting
as possible, so you keep going back to it. And that's what they do. There's so many sick breakdowns, like Hesitation Wound, the one in Slow Heat, Rope Drag is like pure fucking thrash. There's these little bits that come in on every track that just makes it interesting, and every time you go back and listen to the album again, you pick out these little bit, like the guitar tone on this sounds sick. The bass is fuzzy. It's just the whole thing, mate, is just fucking. It surprised the shit out of me.
Yeah, same. Because what I find with a lot of like death grind and there's like power violence in here as well, is that the record, when I listen to records like that, sometimes they start to get like repetitive. Do you know what I mean? Like towards track 6 or 7, you're like, okay, like it's everything sort of blurring into one now, but this doesn't ever do that.
I think because it's 10,
interesting.
I think because it's 10 tracks. I think if this would have been like 16, 17 tracks,
yeah, you might.
It might have been a different conversation. Yeah. You know, if it starts heading into that 33, 34 minute one, it's like,
yeah.
You know, 14, 1 minute 52 tracks. You're like, oh, come on.
Yeah, if you've dropped a 20-minute album and like
10 tracks
gets really repetitive, you've got problems.
Yeah.
Exactly. They've kept it simple. They've kept it simple. They've nailed the sound. And yeah,
if Def like Hesitation Room kicks off, I honestly thought I was listening to Iowa. It's got like that fucking huge groove.
There's
like,
so many. There's so many sort of that early sort of Slipknot weirdness, sort of heaviness, sort of in around a lot of the tracks. But
like Human Offense, mate, sounds like it's like Power Trip stomping
Sepultura,
kind of thrash metal, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's fucking Rope Drag the same. It's got a real thrash vibe to it.
Yeah.
It's just the nuts album. I fucking listened to it so many times. I know you love it.
I've rinsed the life out of this, mate. Honestly, played this so much now.
It's just they've absolutely nailed it. I think you can't lock them onto one genre.
No.
There are, if you like new metal, grindcore, death metal, you'll love this. But it's so heavy. It's not what you expect, and I like albums like that when I don't expect to like it as much.
Yeah,
you look at the cover art, you look at the pink logo, and you think, oh, it's going to be one of these.
I love what they've done there, mate.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, the cover work's awesome.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's really, really fucking cool, mate. I think Liz Selfish, mate. I think she's going to be a fucking star, isn't she?
She sounds so good, man.
Barks out those lyrics, man. Like, it's such a powerful vocal performance, isn't it? It's mental.
She's got to be one to watch, man. I think
straight from that Barney Greenway.
Yeah. Napalm. There's a lot of Napalm worship, man, on this. So yeah, 100%.
Yeah, get involved with this if you haven't already. Honestly, like
it's so fun. It's just a fun. It's chaotic, but it's fun, and it's 21 minutes, man. You can't go wrong.
No, you cannot go wrong. You'll probably find yourself spinning it 3 times in a row, and then an hour's gone by. And
Yes.
Yeah, so that's wicked record, man. Social Grace is the name of the record, and Brat are the name of the band. God, we're staying in the USA for the next one. They've got the monopoly on this month by the looks of it. We're going to speak about the 4th album from a band called Brodequin. And the album is called Harbinger of Woe, and this came out on the 22nd of March on Season of Mist. So this is their first full length for 20 years.
Some madness, isn't it?
It is. I like, hands up, I had not heard of them before this album.
Same.
No, I mean,
I never had.
Obviously this dropped, and I saw loads of people raving about it. Reviews were all like raving about it. So it was like, right, we've got to check this out. Fuck me, this album, man. Like, Def, this one especially blew your wig clean off, didn't it?
Mate, I mean, just from the cover art, there's a lot of people that we trust on socials. When they say an album's good, we sort of,
assemble, mate.
We assemble. We take their advice.
Mate. Yeah, we do.
And, you got a band named after a French medieval torture device. That's my bag, man. It's already an 8 out of 10. It's already an 8 out of 10, man. But I mean, this has got to be one of the heaviest albums of the year so far.
I don't think it will be topped in terms of sonic heaviness. I think this is it.
Yeah, this is the bar, isn't it?
Unless Devourment drop an album, this is the fucking king of that shit this year.
This ain't going anywhere, man. This is just, it's got everything you want. Catchy. Memorable patterns. It's
30 minutes in it, so it's quick.
Yeah, it's fucking
colossal.
Great.
Again,
there's slams. There's great production. And as you said, Jim, when we touched on it, there's flourishes of melody and atmosphere, and there's a lot of flavors in this album that you would not expect to find on a brutal death metal album that's going about fucking million miles an hour, mate.
No.
No, mate.
Like, yeah, there's there's a moment in Maleficium.
Maleficium. Yeah, my fave track. That.
There's like just these little occasional moments of like melody, isn't there? And like not clean guitars, but they almost are sort of very
Yes.
briefly in the background, and you're just like, what shit, what? And then it's gone before you know it, and like you're back to getting your fucking head pummeled in. But it's those little really cool moments that really like set this album apart in this genre.
Mate,
Yeah.
I really love that. I don't know how to say the track, but I think it's Therasiana. I think
Yeah,
that's how you say it. And I love how it just opens up with like brutal blast beats and like proper breakneck riffs, and then it just stops and the drums sort of like pound along on it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then those gospel fucking chants come. It sounds
like
like,
a
you know,
monk chant.
like the Halo when you load up Halo and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
But with blast beats.
and it's just like, and they all come in
Yeah.
again and just,
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
like, fuck.
Bruv, I
So
love
good.
that. I love that moment.
Mate, me too, bro.
And there's this like little clean guitars in there in the background of a pillars of trees.
Yeah,
Pillars
yeah.
of trees, and it almost goes like Death Doom in the middle section. And it's like, hold on a minute. Brutal death metal bands don't do things like this. Like, and then Suffocation in Ash as well. There's this little dark melodic passage in there.
yeah.
And it's just when those moments drop, it has such a massive effect when you're listening to this record.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's not boring.
Nah.
No, again, mate,
It's so good.
with what we touched on with Brat, with like power violence and grindcore and stuff. I kind of sometimes get like that with brutal death metal. It doesn't hold my attention for long a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But this
There's a lot
30, you're captivated by this. For 30
There's a lot of twists and turns in this, and that's
Yeah,
what keeps it interesting.
100%, man.
The production's fucking quality on
Oh,
this.
mate, it's
Mm.
from Josh Welshman from Defeated Sanity. Did it?
Yeah.
It's one of the best brutal death metal sounding albums I've ever heard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, getting me a bit excited for the new Defeated Sanity album. Actually, if it'll sound as good as this.
Oh, I hope so, mate. Because
Oh my god, dude.
this has got like a real natural, organic sound to it. Whereas sometimes I find a lot of brutal death metal has them like typewriter drums and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it sounds quite mechanical, but this
Just
just
sounds raw and real.
yeah, that's the best way to describe it, mate, isn't it? And there's the coolest thing. I don't know if you boys picked up on this, right? But next time you listen to it, just occasionally on the drums, there'll be like an echo on the snare.
Yes.
And it will hit, and it sounds massive again on Maleficium.
Maleficium. Yeah.
There's moments on there. There's like
It's a real
drummer hits the snare, and there's like an echo on it.
Yeah.
It sounds fucking massive, mate. I wonder if it's like that's the new 818 sub drop, like just.
Yeah.
Man, I hope we don't have to wait another 20 years for another album. I mean, that can't happen.
I don't think so, mate. Honestly, like with the
Can't
current,
happen.
with this massive resurgence of death metal, like they should be able to clean up with this beast.
100%, man.
Yeah, I think I read somewhere that like they just kind of split because of different commitments in it. I think they had families and stuff like that and all that sort of stuff, and hopefully now they're like back.
Yeah, fingers crossed,
good.
man. Like this is another one that's shot right up to the top of the rankings for the year so far.
Mate, I can't see this being topped in this genre.
Yeah, I can't.
Unless Devourment, as I said, unless someone like Devourment drop an album, which is pretty long overdue now, 2019, I think that last one was.
Yeah, it was.
Even then, mate, it's gonna take something to top this, isn't it?
Yeah.
This has just got a special sauce about it that
it has, mate. It has got a special sauce that no other brutal death metal band's doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's, I guess, when you've been away for 20 years, you want to come back with something special, don't you? And they've like properly done that.
Yeah,
absolutely, mate.
Yeah, so yeah, get on this. Most of you have already, from what I've seen on social media. So, yeah, Harbinger of Woe is the name of the record, and Brodequin is the name of the band. Right, okay. Oh, guess what? It's done in the USA.
America.
Fuck yeah! I'm gonna riff, you motherfucker. It's the next hour, we're just this month is just knocking out dingers because this is another one that's blown our skirts right up. It's the second album from Siverus called Maze Envy. This came out on the 22nd of March on 20 Buck Spin. So this is their second album. No, Daz, I know you really liked the first record, didn't you?
Yeah, it took me a while to get into it, to be fair, but I think it was like old Brazilian Dante that was just like, this shit's fucking amazing, you know. Yeah, but this is like head and shoulders above Decrepit Fresh Relic.
I think so. I think it
Yeah.
is.
I was going to say, because I never really got into that first one. I'll be totally honest with you.
Yeah.
So I was excited for this, but I was not prepared for what turned up.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm interested to hear your thoughts, actually, Jim,
Mate,
on this one.
It's a fucking monster.
This
This record, it is an absolute monster. And we've already spoken about one brilliant Death Doom album in Apparition, and it ties in nicely because Andrew Solis of Apparition produced this record.
Yeah.
And again, it's another incredible sounding record. Like,
it's huge. This album in it just sounds
yes, mate,
fucking massive.
Yeah, like it perfectly balances. You've got like caveman brutality, black metal savagery, like oddball tempo, progressive passages. You've got jazz moments.
Yeah.
You've got like lurching, mournful doom. Like there's a lot fucking going on here. But again, this album, you finish it and you just want to press play.
I like how we talk about like soundscape of albums. This is drenched in like a blackened atmosphere and dissonant feeling throughout the whole 42 minutes. You know, it sort of suffocates you slowly, the riffs, you know, and it makes you feel that you're trapped in that maze. It gives you that sort of feeling. It's very uneasy, but there's little bits of light sort of creeping out, because what they do with this album compared to the debut, they mix it up. They make it more, not like the first one wasn't interesting, but this has more big, grander moments.
The songs are better crafted so that they take you on a journey. Do you know what I mean? And it's a good time, now you've mentioned the Maze Death, to just point out that fucking incredible artwork from Juanjo Castellano. Like, he's just one of the best in the game, isn't he? And that artwork with the vivid colors and the pit is just perfection, man.
Very Domination-esque, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mate, there's so many fucking headbangable riffs on there, mate. Shrouded in Crystals, that's the opener, innit? Fucking straight away. Like at 3 minutes 40, if you're not banging your head, you're dead to me. You know? You might as well just fucking end yourself like right there and then, mate. And then the bit that I like in there is at like 5:12, where the guitar's like duh 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 duh, and the bass is like bom 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 bom, and then the fucking drums like ding, ding, and it just comes in that fucking massive breakdown. I'm just like, oh. Mate, every time I'm just like, fuck. Like, but then block is getting knocked off, mate.
But then you get to the other end of the spectrum, Endless Cemetery. There's like that melodic guitar play, and it shows, you know, they sort of slow it down, and it's like a very mellow, calm feel, you know. And then you got the middle part of the title track, which doesn't sound like Siverus, sounds like someone fucking else.
Yeah. They managed to just craft, like as Jim said, these glorious melodic leads, and you know, they weave you the labyrinth, mate. The labyrinth charm is like around you, mate. It's like super deft and really light and kind of relaxing, actually, in some parts. Like, they create these beautiful soundscapes, but then they just fucking crush you with like the moon or something. Like,
well, that's what just the contrast between those two bits. Like the start of Levitation Tomb has got like those dream unending tones, and it mate, it's fucking mate. The guitar work, like you just said, like Daniel Salinas, Alonso Santana, the guitarists. Their guitar work is fucking incredible. on it.
Unbelievable, mate. Them two are unbelievable, mate.
The riffs are like twisted razors or something. It's
Yeah.
bizarre. And he got these hefty, chunky riffs as well. The lead work's wicked. I really like the use of like synths and strings on here as well.
Yeah.
To give it like that, almost like Paradise Lost, My Dying Bride, Anathema
Yeah.
feel to it when
Like
it
a
goes full
gothy
doom,
sort
isn't
of.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
violin and the double bass coming in to join the rest of the band. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know, gives it that kind of like almost like classical sort of noir feel to it, doesn't it?
Absolutely, mate. Yeah.
Oh God, fucking brilliant, man.
It
What
is
a brilliant
incredible.
album, mate. Fucking hell.
Yeah. The fact like 3 of the tracks are all like 2 of them are over 9 minutes and one of them's 8 minutes. You don't,
But the album closes 10.
yeah,
Yeah.
you don't get that from a normal. I know that's because I remember when the first album dropped, a lot of people they were kind of lumped in with like old school death metal caveman stuff. I seem to remember they're not. It's not like that.
They're
at
not.
all.
No,
It's not
they're
that
not.
at all, is it? I mean,
No.
that's maybe what threw me for a loop on the first record is that I was expecting something different, but I knew kind of what to expect with this one, and yeah, this has blown my brains out, mate. This honestly, and you have to just mention Lord Fowl.
Oh God.
What an aptly named vocalist.
He sounds
Yeah.
like he should be in Shrek. He's fucking great. He's fucking
Yeah.
awesome vocalist, man.
His vocal performance here is incredible. Like shrieks and growls and gutturals and barks and like it's all there and there. It's
Everything's
everything
there.
you
It's
want,
all
you know?
there, mate.
Fucking his vocal, they're so powerful, mate. Like, you know,
Yeah.
just massively dense.
Yeah.
Adds perfectly to the you know, his vocals are perfectly suited to Death Doom. Stick him in any Death Doom band, mate.
Well,
Yeah.
Instant fucking worldy.
there's an album coming up in a couple of months we'll be talking about where he does a
Oh,
guest spot that's also
yes.
blown our brains out.
Yes.
So, you know,
Yes.
hold on to your hats for that one. But yeah, man, this album is unbelievable. And again,
Yeah.
I think that's been the general consensus of what I've seen from everyone
Yeah.
who's listened to this. It's
Yeah. Props to $20 Spin as well, because they are fucking murdering shit, mate.
They must be getting bored of hearing how fantastic they are, isn't it?
Nah, fucking
It's
never.
every week. It's every week.
Mate.
yeah,
We
just
love them.
hell.
Keep churning them out, $20. We love them.
smashing the life out of 2024. That's for sure, man. But
Mm.
yeah, incredible record. Severus Maze Envy, get on that if you haven't already. Brilliant. Right, okay, next album up. We're finally getting on the plane. We're flying to Defa's homeland of Japan for this next one.
Oh, yes.
It's the 6th album from Coffins. It's called Sinister Oath, and this came out on the 29th of March on Relapse. So they're Death Doom legends at this point, aren't they? And
Yeah, been in the game for a long time, haven't they?
Yeah.
I know.
Man.
I don't know if you've really dived into them before, Dad, but Def, I know they're one of your favorites, aren't they? In this,
Yeah,
in this field?
I love these guys, man. They are fucking. I mean, 6th album. Yeah, they're just one of the most consistent sort of death metal, death doom bands from Japan. They bring that charisma and aggression to the music like not other bands from there would do. They're just consistent. You know what I mean?
Been around
This
a couple
one-
of decades, haven't they, Def?
They have. They've been around a long time, but I think this feels like they're at their most dangerous.
Yeah.
They're unleashed. They've dropped everything and right, fuck it. Let's do something that we haven't done before. And yeah, I mean, fuck me.
This is again, I've mentioned it. I said this word a couple of times on this, but this is a real fun record. Like
Yeah.
it shouldn't be when you've got a band name like that and like the like gnarly death
Artwork
doom.
like that.
Yeah. It shouldn't be just an album you can put on and just have a little head nod to, but it's got loads. It's tar thick, right? It's fucking super heavy and nasty, but I don't know. Maybe we're becoming desensitized to it because I it's quite like accessible. I think if you were trying to get into this genre, I think this would be a good place to.
Yeah, I think because
Start.
it's very layered, isn't it? It's a very layered album. So there's a lot of in this track that, you know, they're not like these 2-minute, 1,000 mile per hour sort of bullet train fucking riffs. One riff, you know what I mean? One tone. Again, they work in and they go around, they slow the tempo, they mix up the tempo.
And there's some nice like 4/4 moments, isn't there? There's like
Mate,
it like speeds up. There's tracks, Force Disorder, kicks off like a thrash,
mate,
like a
that is
thrash tune, doesn't it?
fucking absolute. That's my favorite track, man. The
Oh,
album.
is
It's
it?
unreal. I fucking love that, man.
Yeah, it's got that wicked like atmospheric midsection as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
That-
yeah,
that
yeah.
you just like that's what I mean. The songwriting skill is like top draw on here. You've got Chain, which is like a D beat death metal track.
Mate, that is pure D beat worship, mate.
Yeah,
That is them turning Swedish, mate. Fuck me.
Turning Swedish, I really think so. And then you've got like these slower paced crawlers, like the opening hard for the title track, Never Ending Spiral as well, which is like that. That's when they go pure doom, isn't it?
That is
track?
pure doom, mate. 9 minutes.
Yeah.
But it's just fuck me, yeah. It's just that repetitive opening riff. It feels like it's never going to get started.
That's
you know,
why
like,
it's called
come
Never
on.
Ending Spiral.
Yeah,
mate.
yeah.
That's,
You're
like,
like,
they know
come
what
on,
they're
man.
doing.
It's like, fucking hell. When's it going to start? Then it starts to rise, starts to simmer. And for me, that track in particular just showcases their dominance in
Yeah.
this field. You know, I think the vocals come in at about 7-minute mark. You think it's an instrumental track. You're convinced it's an instrumental track. And then it's, ooh, and you're like, oh, there he is. There's old uncle. There he is. But yeah.
So I tell you, like the like the pacing of this record is really cool, and it kicks off with an instrumental. Mate, my
That
instant thought went straight to Obituary, Frozen in Time, that kicks
Yeah.
off with Redneck Stomp.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
I was like, yo, this is like a Redneck Stomp style intro. I thought it was really fucking cool.
I think a lot of the tracks as well, it's very sort of autopsy, mortician sort of appreciation.
Yeah.
Not that it
Yeah, yeah.
sounds similar, but you can tell that, you know, if you're into your sort of death metal, you think, oh, yeah, that's something that those bands would do. You know what I mean? They've sort of, you know,
Yes,
sort of
it's
turned that
influenced, isn't
tide.
it? And-
Yeah, oh
yeah.
yeah, very heavy. Yeah, yeah. I know that they love them, but yeah, the riffs on here, man, just sound, they're chunky, chainsawy, you know, very putrid sound, but they got
Yeah.
that sort of crusty feeling. You know what I mean? It's
Mate, again, a one-man guitar band.
fucking it's
Old
ridiculous.
Uchino is, I think that's how you pronounce it.
Uchino, yeah, is the
Yeah, he's
main
a
man. Yeah,
literal riff
Oxide
factory,
and Neutrino.
Oxide and Uchino. Yes. Fuck,
Shit.
why did I think of that?
He's a riff factory, mate, isn't he? Like chucking some nifty little early Slayer guitar sounding solos as well.
Yeah, man.
What a shredder.
They're so talented, man. You got is it Takita is the vocalist?
I think from what I saw, mate, there's 3 of them. Who
I
contribute vocals,
think
isn't there?
Takita is the main dude. The other
Right.
two, they sort of share the vocals, but I think in a lot of things, he's classed as the main vocalist. He's the main man behind the growls, you know, deep churny growls, evil as Godzilla. You know what I mean? He brings destruction and terror, man. But the others, I think you couldn't tell the difference.
No.
They're that talented.
Until you get
Evil as Godzilla.
Zilla, mate,
Fucking
fucking is,
dummy,
mate. Fucking hell, he is, mate.
what the in the middle of Chain, what
Yeah.
the fuck is that mental vocal effect that comes in? Because it is
I'm-
one of the sickest things I've heard this year, mate. Like I was like, first time I listened to it, what the fuck? Like, you know, when something completely catches you off
Yeah.
guard.
You know what also caught me off guard? The drumming intro at the beginning, because I honestly thought Helpless was going to kick in. I was going to kick in. I was like, fuck me, this is Helpless. Come on. Yeah. Mate, that vocal thing, I don't know what it was.
It is so sick, mate.
Yeah,
it like, you know, when you laugh out loud at
Yes,
something that's so
yes.
cool. Yeah, I was like, right, that's going straight in. And that's the first note I wrote. What is that in the middle of Chain?
What is that?
It is, yes. You can't explain it.
It's so good, man. Yeah, this is a killer record. This, like, honestly, if you haven't got involved in this, don't break the Sinister Oath. Have
Oh, yes,
Whee!
mate. I love it.
have a listen to Sinister Oath by the band Coffins. Really, really cool record. Right, okay, next record then. We're back to the USA. Hold on a minute. we're pretty much nearly back to the USA for the rest of this. Mental.
So we're back on the plane, back to USA.
Yeah, jetting back for the debut album from Mutilation Barbecue,
Woo!
Amalgamations of Gore, and this came out on the 29th of March on Maggot Stomp. Right, Scott?
Hi, Scott.
Scotty.
Oi, oi, oi. Like another sub 30-minute slice of super fun, punchy death metal. This is completely addictive, isn't it? It's actually like going to a barbecue. You know when you can't stop eating burgers? And like, you know
Just
you
can't
should,
stop
but
eating
you
the
can't.
riffs, mate.
Yeah, this is, you just keep going back for more helpings on this record.
Yeah, it's a really fun listen, isn't it? You know,
Mm.
just as you say, like from beginning to end, it's 29 minutes, mate.
Yeah, again.
Easy. Lovely.
It's
You know.
kind of I've got down like an old school death metal, brutal death metal with moments of thrash mashup. This.
Yeah, it's a bit of everything.
Yeah, it's definitely got like a more thrashier tinge to it, isn't it? But
Yeah.
you know, Suffocation, Cannibal Corpse, and a bit of sprinkling of thrash in there, really. It's
Yeah, a bit
perfect.
of Skinless.
Yeah.
Kind of I think it's got plenty of old school charm about it too. So this like won't only appeal to fans of newer death metal. This should appeal to, like you said, to fans of Suffocation and Skinless and stuff as well. Do you know what I mean?
But even like newer, but like 200 Stab Wounds and Sanguisuga Bog, they've got that sort of feel to it as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
snare pings definitely.
The
Yeah,
snare pings, mate, fucking love them.
Yeah, I think it should appeal to older and newer fans of death metal. I think this.
Yeah.
I really love the fact that this has got pure 90s vibes, like production wise. It's,
mate.
do you know what I mean? It sounds really like fucking.
It sounds like it's a dug up from a relic in it from like 1993.
Yeah, it's sick.
And you're putting it on, mate. Those little fucking pinches and that. Oh, mate.
Yeah, it's got like Dad said, it's got a ping snare we love. Really cool, crunchy guitar tone. The bass tone on it is wicked as well. Like, listen to the start of Carcass Compost.
Oh, mate.
The bass sounds so good. But something I was surprised about, because I kind of went into this expecting it to be simple death metal, if you know what I mean, with the like simple riffs that you can bang your head to. And I'll tell you what, the guitar work on here is so much more involved than I was expecting. Like, there's loads of sick riffs. There's, like Dev said, pinch harmonics, chunky, stompy riffs. There's like these little off-kilter melodic runs that remind me of like fucking Death Mate. Like, there's the track Xenomorphic Organ Rearrangement. There's like these little guitar runs in there, and I was like, hold on a minute, this is way more complex. I think it's kind of like what we've said with Sanguisuga Bog before. They get tagged as this like just caveman death metal, but they're more than that. Do you know what I mean? And this band are way more like complex than I thought they were.
I think with this album, for me, the first 4 tracks are exactly what you expect from this genre. You know, with the sound of it, the riffs, you know, looking at the album cover, this is what you're going to get. From Xenomorphic onwards, it's where they think, right, this is also, you think you know us, this is what we can do. And I think, again, in the 29-minute runtime, how they can flip what you think they're going to be playing. They do it like Xenomorphic, like you said, it's got that sort of death proggy style, bit of thrash, trampled under 18 wheels. There's a dive bomb solo in that. That's fucking off Rust in Peace. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. That is thrashy Megadeth, mate. Solo dive bomb.
There is a super sick, mad riff near the end of that song as well.
Oh God,
oh my God! Again, mate, it makes me just fucking laugh.
When I heard that, it was I was clapping, mate. I had the headphones on. The dog was probably thinking, "What are you doing?"
Rocco's just like, clapping.
Yeah, I was clapping to perfection. That's what I was doing, mate.
And let's talk about Harrison good behind the kick, because he's not good. He's exceptionally good, mate.
Harrison exception.
Exceedingly good.
Harrison exceedingly good.
Yeah, mate. There's all these wicked, like little intricate feels in there.
Yeah.
that just keep things super interesting.
Yeah.
Again, comparisons to Homeboy on the behind the kit for the Bog. Really,
Yeah.
really like intricate, cool drumming.
Yeah, I like the way this album actually closes out as well, with that like insane fucking like long stream. I think I like timed it once and it was like 30 seconds.
It's about
something
that,
insane.
Yeah.
It feels like it goes
I
on
was
for
just like,
fucking ages.
holy
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
You know?
Oh, it's so cool, mate. And unless my ears deceive me, there's got to be bonus points for J Rock from Trailer Park Boys sample.
Yeah,
Yes.
there is one in there. Yeah, I fucking was like, I
But
know
the-
where that's from, but I
That's
couldn't
for
quite
the
put my
look, mate. I
finger
was
on it.
like, who is that? I recognise that voice.
Yes,
Recognise
I
the
was
voice.
the
Yes,
same.
it's
I had
gotta
to
be.
dig. I had to dig deep, man.
And I was
And
like,
I
it's J
found
Rock,
it.
innit? It's
I
J
found
Rock.
it. Yeah, yeah. I
It's
found it.
J-Rock, mate. Yeah.
It annoyed me, man.
Shit, it is.
Absolutely, like
It took me like half a day to like scour, thinking there's got to be something, man, about it. And I fucking found it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
brilliant, brilliant.
massive bonus points for anything. Like if you can get a Trailer Park Boys reference in,
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
greasy
laughing, mate.
bastards, then you're winning, aren't you?
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a wicked, wicked record. This, if you haven't got on it for whatever reason, I saw some people like, "Oh, the name put me off and stuff," and I'm like, oh.
Well.
It's the death metal you love, but then it takes a turn and it showcases the band in a different light.
Well,
Like
don't worry
the
about it,
pattern,
it's
like the
push play.
pattern of what all the albums we've reviewed so far. It's not what you expect. There's something else in these albums lurking.
yeah.
So
Like a
lift up the
shit
Weber
eagle.
barbecue, and you know what I mean. There's other stuff, mate. here.
Yeah, don't worry about the name, mate. Just fucking grew
Get
yourself
on it,
up a
mate.
hot dog,
Sick.
mate.
30
Yeah.
minutes, mate, of fucking sickness.
Innit? Drive
That's
this
what it
into
is,
your ears if you haven't already. Yeah, the album's called Amalgamations of Gore, and the band on Mutilation Barbecue. Right, okay. Staying in the USA. The debut album from Savage Oath called Divine Battle. This came out on March the 15th on Postmortem Apocalypse. So this is a bit of a heavy metal supergroup with
Yes.
members and ex-members of Pagan Altar and Summerland, Visigoth, Eternal Champion, Manila Road. So there's some like pedigree.
Pedigree chum here, mate.
There's some pedigree on display here, man. It should be no surprise then that this is some fist pumping, triumphant, glorious heavy metal with big elements of US power metal, I'd say as well. Def, you reckon?
Yes, yeah.
You've got like these galloping heavy metal anthems like Wings of Vengeance and Madness of the Crowd. Then you've got like these more mid-paced like stompers like Blood for the King and the title track Savage Oath.
Yeah.
Epic closer, Divine Battle. There's just everything you could want from heavy metal is on display in this album.
Yes. And oh my God. I mean, we've just got to talk about the opening two tracks on here.
Yeah.
I mean, we mentioned it when we went to the gig the other night. And for a 1-2, mate, this has got to be one of the catchiest opening 1-2s, mate.
100%. It had me instant, mate, this.
I mean, Night of the Night is fucking phenomenal. For 7-minute track, it just grabs you. And then you get to Wings of Vengeance, which I'm sorry, but that brings me to fucking tears, mate. Because it's that good. How is his vocals? We knew Summerlands, he smashed it with his vocals.
Yeah.
On this, it's completely different. It's not Summerland style.
Yeah, it is different.
Because I know you had a.
Yeah, I didn't really do. I haven't done a lot of this album, but I put it on the first couple of tracks, and I was just like, it doesn't actually sound like him to me.
But it's not meant.
But it is him. No, it's not.
Yeah, it's not meant. It's not meant. It's not. It's
his voice, I think.
Yeah, which is great for him. You know, he's obviously a very talented man. He's got a lot of
talented
tools in his kit, mate.
Yeah. He's just one of the best vocalists in metal, isn't he, Def? Like just Brendan Radigan is who we're talking about here, by the way.
He's just got one of the catchiest tones in metal.
Yeah.
The power and the screeches that he just makes it sound so easy. You know, he's
commanding, isn't he?
Oh God, he's to me sounds like a new wave, like Bruce Dickinson.
Yeah.
80s Bon Jovi and Lou Gramm, a Foreigner, sort of
Yeah,
molded in
yeah,
one. Because when he does some of those cleans, he
Yeah,
sounds like fucking Foreigner.
yeah,
And you're like,
yeah.
Jesus Christ, he's like fucking Dead Bringer. It's just, that's how good he is, man.
But
There's no one else that sounds like him.
Like I find with a lot of like traditional heavy metal, mate, you can have like good singers and stuff, but they don't know how to write a memorable hook or a catchy chorus. Do you know what I mean? But like they did it on Summerland, absolutely smashed it out of the park here again, chorus wise. And like Wings of Vengeance is the biggest chorus of the year.
It's
Do you know what I mean?
it's
Like,
ridiculous. It's
"I'm
ridiculous.
Wings of Vengeance."
It's just so good. Yeah.
I'm
It's just-
paying that to live in my head, mate. It's not rent free. I'm paying that chorus.
I reckon that is my most listened to track so far because it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. The guitar work on this record as well is
Oh God, mate.
unbelievable. Leyland Campana from Visigoth.
I mean, that says it all, innit? If you got a Visigoth fucking member, mate, you're gonna get Visigoth style riffs. That's what you
on
get.
the riff stick, man. Like
Shreds galore, man.
oh, the solos are like
Riff
Fucking
stick.
taking you to Whittletown, man. Like
Whittletown,
first
mate.
class ticket to Whittletown on this
Mate.
record.
Jesus.
Lovely dual guitar harmonies as well.
Oh
Def. Look,
God, but we love it. We love that.
we were raised on that shit, weren't we?
Yes, mate.
Classic sounding. It's a classic sounding record. It's a little bit I wouldn't call the production raw, but it's a very live sounding record, isn't it?
Yes, it has those sort of 80s, 90s elements to it. I mean, I think most epic heavy metal and power metal stuff has that naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Like, I agree. It does sound like you're listening to them playing it live for
Yeah,
your.
there's no polish. Do you know what I mean?
It's not. It's
just
not
a
polished. It's
proper
yeah,
gritty heavy metal record.
yeah, man.
And it won't be the last mention of Adam Burke on this episode. But his
Oh, God, look
artwork is absolutely phenomenal on this.
It is
just
phenomenal, mate.
puts you right into the eye of the storm, doesn't it? Of what you're expecting from
Yeah,
this record. But
Yeah.
oh man, if you love heavy metal, like honestly, swear the oath, get on this because it is fucking. That's two oaths now, isn't it?
Yes.
It's the
And
month of
two
the oath,
very
mate, isn't it?
different oaths. Two
Yeah,
very
yeah.
different
Month of
oaths,
the
mate.
The month of the oath. Yeah, get on the. If you love heavy metal, you have to have Savage Oath, Divine Battle in your life. Honestly,
Yes,
It's
I
absolutely
agree, mate.
brilliant. Okay, we're in the USA for this next record. Then it's the fifth album. God, we've been waiting ages to talk about this.
Oh
The
God,
fifth
yes.
album from Skeletal Remains, Fragments of the Ageless. So this came out on the 8th of March on Century Media. Hands down, their strongest album to date.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
No question.
Absolutely
agree.
agree.
Yeah,
You
across
know.
the board.
The bastard spawn of Morbid Angel. Personified.
Do you know what this album reminds me of? That's what it's very reminiscent to me. The last few Cannibal Corpse records,
Yes.
where they've taken Cannibal have taken the Cannibal blueprint, right? Eric Rutan's come in and he's made things just a little bit more technical. He's made things a little bit more complex. He's made the songs a little bit more interesting, but it's still unmistakably Cannibal Corpse. And Skeletal Remains have done that on this. Like they've upped the technicality. They've and in the PR blog, Chris Monroy's even said like they were influenced by a lot of more technical death metal when they were writing this. Like they've not
Yes.
become a tech death band, but they've
Yeah.
upped
Thank
the
God.
complexity.
They've upped that technical value, mate, on this.
Yeah, they really have, mate.
But it's got the intensity of Hate Eternal Deicide.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fucking intense, this album, mate. Bloody
Oh,
hell,
it is.
balls to the
It don't
wall.
stop, does it?
You're fucked, mate. Yeah.
From the second
the
you
best
press
way.
play, it don't stop.
And it's fitting, and it relentless appetite because it's fucking relentless fucking drums and riffs that come in.
Yeah,
Pure
They don't lie.
devastation, mate.
They don't lie.
And I think just having that little bit more complexity and technicality to their sound really suits them as well.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think Pierce Williams behind the kit has really helped add that dimension as well.
Yeah, same with
By keeping it all together.
Yeah, I
Brian
agree,
Rush on
mate.
bass, mate. I think when
Yeah.
you've got members from a band like Enigmatum who are, you know, there's a lot of technicality involved in that. Bringing in
It
players,
helps. It brings in. It helps. Yeah.
bringing in players that good allows you to go into that more
And
into
win the
that
league,
direction.
mate.
Yeah. It's yeah, like I said, it just gave me the vibes of those last few Cannibal albums where they've shifted their sound a little bit, but kept that blueprint there.
Mate.
But don't worry. If you come to Skeletal Remains for those hefty mid-tempo stomping riffs like that they're elite tier at, there's still loads of them all over this record.
God, yes, mate.
Mate, Conquer the Devout. My head almost snapped clean off, mate. I had to like hold it in place. I was making faces like I just like dropped loads of ecstasy. You know?
Daz's head's now connected with Gorilla Glue.
Yeah. It is, mate. It is, mate. You know, but talking about like the sort of like technical dimensions that have been added to this and that bass break in Forever in Sufferance.
Oh God, that's so good.
You know, it's just something that you wouldn't have necessarily expected Skeletal Remains to sort of put into a song.
No.
Fucking hell, the impact that it has is unbelievable.
There's a sick bass drop in Evocation as well.
Oh my
that
God.
comes and it's just like, whoa, hang on a minute.
I think, mate, like again, that Alex Webster and Cannibal does those little bass breaks every now and again, doesn't he? And
yes, mate.
Like it's that, mate, that little. I love a bass break.
Me too, mate.
Where you just bass and drums just kick in for I'd love to hear more of that in.
Yeah,
because it just adds such a, like you said, that's like a little different dimension that you don't see coming.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a technical flourish in it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Fucking
Talking about beautiful. There's a riff that kicks in. That mid-tempo riff in Cybernetic Harvest.
Oh God, yes, mate.
It's fucking. It's easily one of the best riffs of the year so far.
Oh, 100%, mate. 100%.
Absolutely brilliant. And the lead work on here as well. It's like really interesting and like kind of out of the box a little bit. Like I think there's a lot of use of effects on here that they just sound really fucking like, I don't know, like space age or something. Like the one in Cybernetic Harvest, that solo in that track, they're not standard death metal solos, if you know what I mean.
You were saying that, Dan, weren't you, about the solos? You were just like, they have such a bigger impact on this album, I think.
Yeah.
I think they got like a sort of, I think more like a sort of technical death metal sort of style to the solo play. You know what I mean? It's very different from what they did previously. But yeah, I mean, everything on the guitar play front, from my point of view, is pure standout. Everything is just sound. They got pure ferocity. They've got, you know, the melodies. It's just increased ever more on this album.
Yeah, steps up everything, haven't they?
Everything, mate.
Let's talk about the ferocity of Munroy's vocals, man. The best they've ever sounded. Fucking hell. Like if you put on you know, Entombment of Chaos or whatever the last album was called, or the one even prior to that, and you put this one on, you'd be hard pushed to, you know, you'd be forgiven for thinking it's the same person.
Yeah. He's underrated, man. He's an underrated
really
vocalist.
Fucking hell. Like live, when we saw him
we
live,
saw him. Yeah.
God, dude. Like unbelievable.
Yeah,
he is a powerhouse. But like on this album, he's really stepped into his own, I think.
I think he's got that Max Cavalera grasp to his voice in this.
He's pushed himself hard.
Yeah, he really has.
Yeah.
They all have.
Mate. Yeah.
You know, this was another album that got like such a good response on the social medias and stuff, you know, for good reason, man. It's just front to back fucking riff city, mate.
And another thing with the change of pace that they do, Unmerciful, 7-minute track. It's like a storytelling vocal stampede. Slower pace. Guitar work is still impressive. Contrast of the chord changes. really makes it more interesting to listen to, even though it's a 7-minute track. Something completely different. You wouldn't have got that on sort of previous albums,
No,
but really,
that's
really
it, mate.
impressive work on that.
They've pushed themselves as players, haven't they? And as songwriters. And hats off to like Dan Swano's production is always brilliant. It's always pristine.
He's added that special prescription of Viagra to the sound. Hard rock sounds, mate.
Yeah. That's Swano blueprints all over us, mate. And
all over it, mate.
It sounds brilliant. But yeah, a real strong record from one of death metal's best modern bands, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
Fragments of the Ageless is the name of the record. Skeletal Remains are the band.
Where are we going next, Jim? Where are we going next?
Well,
UK?
Unpack your suitcase, Def.
Oh,
because we're staying in England.
Oh, yes, mate.
Put it all away, mate. Bang all your dirty washing from America in the washing machine, because we're in England for this next one. It's the debut record from Slime Lord. I've been practicing in this. Chytridiomycosis Relinquished.
That sounded easy, mate. That sounded easy, mate.
Thanks, man. Do you know what I've done?
Son of a bitch.
I've got a pronunciation written on my notes
in like 12 different bits.
Split into 12 different.
What, in like syllables?
Yeah.
Well done, mate. Hey, still sounded good,
Thanks,
mate.
man.
Yeah, that sounded great.
Chytridiomycosis. Yeah, this came out. I'll guess what? $20 bin on the 8th of March. Now, Def, I'm going to nick your wibbly wobbly phrase.
Yes.
I'm going to add bendy.
Yes.
I'm going to add wonky.
Yes.
Big brain, progressive death doom. This album is unbelievable, man.
Yeah, you listened to it the other day, didn't you? And you were just like, this is really getting its hooks in.
I've done it. I've listened to it about 4 times now, mate.
Okay.
Like, I really liked it on first listen.
Yeah.
Now, after a few listens, I fucking love this record.
Can we just start? Can we just start by touching on the fact that, like, I mean, this lot must really love, toads and that, and frogs. They must really love it because the actual title of this album refers to a fungal infection that affects amphibians.
Yeah,
and it has a mortality rate of 100%. And it's a key player in the decline of the species worldwide. I mean, that's some serious. It's some serious dedication, mate. Like to the scientific, facts surrounding amphibians, man.
Yeah, that's where the big brains come in, Daz.
That is, mate. Like
they're not writing standard death metal. They're going deep into the pond life and.
Oh yes, mate.
And this album has that feel to it. Like it's got a really like, oh man, how do you like a warm, thick, oozing, uneasy atmosphere to it. And there's like, I think there's like loads of field recordings of of like that nature.
Yes, mate. Nature starts off beckoning bell, mate. That soundbite of geese, it kind of just sets the tone for like a big sort of lake or something, like humid lake
with like loads of little fucking mosquitoes flying about.
Mosquitoes and the birds are honking away.
Because then
there's something wrong in the pond.
Something wrong. Something comes out the water.
Yeah.
That's when a huge dive bomb plunges the listener into a quagmire, mate. The fucking shit. You're in the shit, mate.
And do you know what? Brad Moore has done an absolutely insane job of capturing what this album, the essence of this, in his artwork. And now all those colours and everything make total sense, don't they? The browns and all that, and
that's his like interpretation of like his interpretation of the Slime Lord is. That like fucking weird creature of the eye, like the things. That's so good, man.
Oh, it's so good.
And there's layers to this, mate. So many layers, like the biggest onion ever.
Yeah, this is such a rewarding album. Like, definitely spend time with this. You'll get all those complexities and subtle nuances of the record. The songs sort of twist and mutate constantly, don't they? Almost like
something's been infected and it's
and it's
going.
Mutating.
It's going into something.
The songwriting just mirrors that theme. but somehow it's so cohesive, this record.
Yeah.
Like it's a brilliant, cohesive listen.
Yeah.
Bro, like you knew from like obviously being involved with bands like Cryptic Shift and stuff, but the musicianship on this album is phenomenal.
Oh,
There's
Alexander Bradley,
phenomenal
mate, is
talent.
unbelievable, mate, isn't he?
Yeah.
And John Riley, fucking absolute monsters, mate.
He's got to be one of the best bass players in the game, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think we saw him
Yeah.
live, didn't we? Like pretty early days as well.
Yeah,
I
we
think
did
they
with
supported
Celestial Sanctuary.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fucking unbelievable live, man.
We actually saw him before that, Jim, with Two Mold in the pub.
That's true. Yeah, they did support Two Mold.
and just watching those players live it's like a masterclass, isn't it?
You know,
But it's all over this. Like the bass just bobs and weaves all throughout the record. Ryan Shepperton's drumming as well. It's so creative.
Yeah.
Again, with those little intricate fills, and it's brilliant, mate. That rhythm section, because it allows the guitar work then just to do whatever the fuck it wants to do, man. Like,
mate. Yeah, and then you got Andrew Ashworth's vocal performance, which is just fucking incredible from start to finish.
He sounds literally like a monster in that fucking river, man.
Mate, he does.
That is literally gonna grab everything in its path. It's
Yeah.
terrifying.
Mate, I feel like this is almost like a UK counterpart to it for Everglade.
yes, it,
And
yeah,
I think
yeah.
in the whole package, you know,
yeah.
like that's the swamps of Florida, and this is like
The
pond
swamps of
life in Britain.
Yeah.
Country life.
You know,
Country
the Bradmore
life.
artwork, yes, country. You know, it's and just the level
Country
of like
file,
genius in the song playing and musicianship as well.
Yeah. I think like it's got that feel to it, and whereas like Worm have got that like real powerful Death Doom side, Slime Lord take it off into like weirder progressive
Yeah,
territories,
but still get those swampy moments though. They still got that those glady moments.
Yes,
yeah,
mate.
absolutely.
In it.
Yeah.
There's just no like, you just can't sum up the breadth of the talent on show
No,
on this record,
no,
man.
no, you can't.
I struggled with it on first listen because I thought, God, I don't know. It's definitely a headphones album.
It really
But
is.
I mean, I've done it about 3 times, and the more I listen to it, the
Yeah.
more I get it.
Yeah.
And it's truly pretty much a masterpiece. Let's be real. I mean, it's
phenomenal, mate.
It's phenomenal. Yeah, everything, the whole album, the whole vibe. It's like you're like hallucinated. You're like from the word go, you've been bitten, and you're slowly crumbling with all these creatures. You know what I mean? It's very clever how they done it.
Yeah,
and
so the whole thing,
him on vocals is like it's a match made in heaven. You cannot get a better vocalist for this type of music.
Agree.
Absolutely,
agreed.
Mate. Yeah.
And then he has those odd outer world screeches. Not all the time. There's just little bits here and there, and you think, "Fuck me, where did that come from?"
Yeah,
so clever, such a clever band. They really
mate.
are.
Yeah. And shout out to Damien Herring of Horrendous, who did the mixing and mastering of this record.
Mate,
it sounds brilliant.
Powerful, mate. Yes, unreal.
And music this complex like needs to all the instruments need to be audible. Do you know what I mean? Like they need space and clarity, and he's just
you hear everything, mate, on this.
Out of the park.
Yes, mate, 100%.
Yeah, just again, what we just keep saying it this month, don't we? Right, it's like what we said at the start. It's just been such a brilliant month for extreme metal, especially, and yeah, this one incredible record. Get on this if you haven't already. The band are called Slime Lord, and the album, once again, is called Chytridio Mycosis.
I like where your eyes go, Jim. They just go sideways a little bit.
Yeah, get on that record, man. Okay, next album up then. We're going international, lads, with this one.
Oh,
we're going international. Get your passport out. It's the second album from Ultimas. This is called Epic. This came out on the 15th of March through Season of Mist. Now, this is, again, a bit of a super group. Rune Eriksson, You know him,
Legend.
Blasphemer, Mayhem and Ruin. Flo Mounier of Cryptopsy on the old kit. David Vincent on vocals. Now, Dev, this one really caught me by surprise because I did not like the first album.
We didn't like the first one.
I did not.
And we didn't understand why people were raving about it. And I did that a few times and I still didn't get it.
No, me either.
It did
nothing
not
for me.
click.
This one.
Well,
This
when
one
you were
clicked
messaged
in an instant, Dev.
when you were telling me to hurry the fuck up and listen to it.
yeah.
That's when it's like, whoa, hang on a minute, something's happened here then.
Yes. Hold on a minute. So this is like I feel like a really nice mix of like death metal, black metal. There's some trad elements in here.
Doom moments.
Yeah. But the first thing that like struck me, man, is how accessible this album is, how well written it is, how fucking pristine it sounds. Like musically, like Rune Eriksson from that Ruin album from last year, like the Homeboy can riff, man.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ, I mean, it's just mesmerizing lead work, mate. You know you're going to get it. He adds the flavor, creates that dynamics to every pattern, every chord. Shreddy solos, man. Solos are fucking sick.
Yeah, they
Fast
are, mate.
pick play,
Yeah,
those
yeah.
blackened tremolos. It's very entertaining.
Really,
And I couldn't believe
mate.
it. I couldn't
Yeah, yeah.
believe it.
Yeah.
More energy. This had more energy than the first one, I felt.
I think vocally this might be a bit Marmite for some people. Like I'll understand if David Vincent don't come into this expecting Altars of Madness or Blessed of the Sick or whatever.
God, no. He wears his cowboy hat for a reason, and
he's letting his theatrical side out, isn't he?
Yes,
like,
he's doing like an audition.
It's kind of cool though, man. You know, I've only done this album like twice, like, and I was just like, right, I enjoy it. It's fun. Like, you know, David Vincent's pretty cool. Like, you know, it's all fucking good fun, isn't it? Really.
I think he's just
don't take it too seriously,
he's just got a different side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, he's an older guy now. He probably can't do this fucking early Morbid Angel vocals.
Let me fucking put the cowboy hat on.
Exactly. He's like, I'm with Nard Dog. Let me do Sweeney Todd with Nard Dog. You know, let me showcase my skills. You know, that's what he's doing. Yeah.
I need to branch out.
That's what he does.
But then, like, there will be these moments where he unleashes that death metal fucking, and you're like, there he is.
He
like,
can't hide it.
Like, there's a couple of like old school rages on here, man. Exertius Ire, that fucking marching.
Yes. Yeah.
Mate, that bit is so fucking powerful. It's wicked, mate.
That Miserere, whatever it is, that is just
that is an absolute rager.
That's when Flo comes into his element, mate. On that you can tell there's a fucking tech deaf fucking drummer on there, mate.
Yeah. It's got a like swagger about this album.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? The title track is regal. It's regal, mate. That
yes,
title
it
track.
is. Yes, Epic is the name of the album, and that's what you get on there. It's epic. It's flamboyant.
Absolutely,
it's lovely.
Mate. Flamboyant is the word, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, it's but there's just tons of hooks on this, all over it. Like on Mephisto Manifesto, that I'm working like bit. It's so cool.
I feel on there, he's got like a death metal Tom Jones style. So his approach on there, you know what I mean? And on that track he sounds different from usual, you know what I mean?
That is unusual as well.
It is unusual.
It's not unusual.
For Dave Vincent to sound like that. Yeah, it is. He's fucking Tom Jones, mate. He's got his inner Tom Jones, mate, on that one.
And
Scorcher is a scorcher.
Yep. Brilliant song, mate. Invictus and Nature Fangs are that real dark sounding, aren't they? Like, that's when I feel like Flo taps into his black metal. Rune taps into his black metal.
Very
side
more black
on
and
those.
100%.
But again, man, this is like tight, precise, 9 tracks, 37 minutes.
It's just
zero
it's fun.
Fat.
It is, and it's a fun album.
Really,
it's a little bit of everything. It's a little bit of everything from 3 legends of the game.
Yeah, this
And
has been one of the albums where I'm like, well, what should I listen to? Oh, I'm gonna put Ultimus back on.
I've done
Like,
this fair few times, mate.
Yeah.
It's I really, really enjoy this album.
me too, bro. Real fun record. From some of the best musicians in the game.
Yeah,
Really.
exactly,
So,
mate. Yeah.
yeah, Epic is the record. Ultimas are the band. Right. Okay. Couple of albums left. We're going back to the USA for the second album from Volcandra called The Way of Ancients, and this came out on the 1st of March through Prosthetic. So, Daz, this album is a fantasy concept album, right? Inspired by Diablo games. Have you
Wow.
heard
sick.
that? Do you know what they are?
Yeah, I've played Diablo. I've played
Oh,
through the
okay.
Diablo games, mate.
It's
Yeah,
a
they're
big
sick.
game. They're a big game.
Yeah,
Big
yeah,
game
yeah.
they are.
fucking. There's a
Yeah.
not like point and click, but yeah, like kind of like dungeon crawler games and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where you like
wicked.
kill stuff, level up, get items, you know, that kind of shit. Bit like Dungeons and Dragons, I guess, kind of, but like in actual like computer game format, I suppose.
Yeah.
Right, that makes
Yeah.
sense then. Yeah, so that
Yeah.
I was interested to hear if you'd played them or whatever. But yeah, it's inspired. It's a concept album based around Diablo.
Mate, that's sick.
So this is like the way I've got it in my notes. It's got black metal meets melodic death metal. So
Yeah.
like Inexorum jamming with the Black Dahlia murder.
Yeah. And the weirdest thing is as well is that like it's not the sort of thing you'd expect to come out of Kentucky, mate.
No,
Because
it's not.
this mob have got their own secret blend of 12 riffs and spices, mate.
They got a Kentucky Fried Riffs, hasn't they?
Yeah, they have, mate. They got the razzle dazzle, mate.
I love this record, man.
It's so
I
good.
don't even remember if I think I did the debut, but I can't remember it.
That's it. Yeah, I think I'm the same. I didn't remember doing it. I didn't remember it, shall I
Yeah.
say?
But
I
my
don't
God,
think I did it.
good Lord, do I remember this one? There's like bits of triumph and heavy metal on here. There's more than a sprinkle of thrash in here as well.
Yes.
And then the closing title track is an absolute epic. It kind of goes into like prime Opeth territory.
Yeah.
To start with, I think Volcandra have produced a near perfect record in this genre. Like,
yeah, definitely.
everything is done to the highest quality. And again, we've said it so many times. This is a real fun, easy listen that's got spot on runtime. It flows magnificently.
Yeah.
You can tell how much like work and thought has gone into this record.
I love it, mate. And it's fucking Nerd City, bro.
I do as well.
You know what I mean? You're going to
Oh
base
my
it on
God, I
Diablo.
love
I'm
this.
in. I'm sold. I'm going to fucking buy this right now. I should have bought it ages ago, actually, but I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
You
so
know, Birth
should
of the
have done.
Nephilim, mate. So infectious, mate.
Yes.
You know, Fouled
Yeah.
Sanctity, the same shit, mate. The flow on this album is phenomenal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Foul
know, it
Sanctity's
feels-
got that real punky edge in it
Oh, mate.
to it.
The whole, like, it's a 40-odd minute runtime, but it doesn't feel like that. It's such an easily digestible album with like so much magic about it. Like,
Yeah.
again, it's that
Yeah.
magic, mate. It's like Magic Month.
Magic. It is.
Magic Month.
Magic
Magic Month
Like
March.
March.
MMM.
It's like these bands are just like, let's just sprinkle in this fucking, like, you know, as you say, like it's not tangible,
No, it's not. You
but
can't.
it's like you know, it's fucking nuts. It's there, mate. Special.
Yeah, it's engaging all throughout this record. Like, everything's crafted brilliantly. There's great melodies on here. There's brilliant riffs. There's brilliant lead work.
Mate, it's even fucking gang chants, mate.
Yes, there's some gang
Seven
vocals
tunes.
as well.
Seven
Seven
tunes.
tunes is a fucking tune, bruv.
That's my
Seven tunes, mate.
into the
Fucking hell.
Blackened Temple for me. Those two is just
Fucking
creme
hell.
de la creme,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, absolutely, man. And like we've said it a few times on here again, the production is perfect. Like,
Yeah.
it's crisp. There's clarity on everything. So like the guitars especially sound wonderful on here. And again, there's subtle use of like synths, choral effects. There's little clean guitar moments like in Seven Tombs, like we've mentioned, that really add to that grand fantasy feel
Yeah.
to the record. And Dave Polensky, his vocals are
Oh,
absolutely
Yeah, he's wicked.
mate, honestly, they
brilliant.
fucking knocked my block off, mate, because you
Yeah.
just sort of listen to it and it's like, all right, cool. Like, this is just like mid-range melodic death metal, kind of like, you know, kind of Black Dahlia Murdery. And then, like, at the end of the first song, I think, it's just like this super sick fucking, like, almost like deathcore guttural. And
He's
I was
got
just like,
sick.
oh, fuck.
Yeah.
You
Like,
don't expect
what?
it. Yeah,
Like, don't expect it, mate. I was just like, shit, like, this is like insane.
he brings that in early, innit? He could have
Brings it in early,
He
yeah.
brings it in early, and you're like, "Ooh, that
But like
grab."
just about when you think like this is what we're getting, like this
Yeah.
is it from start to
Yeah,
finish.
Hey,
yeah.
it's
doing
Magic
this.
Month March, isn't it? Anything could happen, isn't
and then
it?
he's
that's
like,
what
"We'll
it's
have a fucking bit of this, bitch."
Yeah, that
exactly.
is it. Oh yeah, you think
Exactly.
you know, do you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, mate, fucking wicked. I
don't know.
love it. I love
They
it, mate.
knew. They knew.
Got to have a
They
bit of
knew.
variety as a vocalist. You have to, mate.
Yeah.
Especially with this type of music, I think as well.
Yeah, yeah. Having a brilliant vocalist can really push you to another level. Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean? And yeah, like again, this is an album I've rinsed
Yeah, mate. Fuck, mate, it's so good.
this much. It is, yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
Do not sleep on this brilliant record, man. The Way of Ancients, lads. If you're listening, come on and have a chat. We want to talk about Diablo and nerd shit.
Oh
with you.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I want to know if I need to buy Diablo 4 because that's just come out.
Don't
By
need
the
to ask
sounds
them,
of it,
mate. I'll tell you right now, you do.
Have you got it?
I've had it. I think I've had Diablo 4. I think it's 4 or the last
Is
one.
it?
but, like, yeah.
I think it's just come out.
Ah,
innit?
no, I think 4's been out fucking a little while now.
Oh fuck me.
To be
but there you
fair,
go, Def. There's the sign, mate.
There we go. Export. I'm going to get it.
Get your controller out, son. Yeah,
yeah,
the
it's
way
well
of
worth doing, mate.
yeah, the Way of Ancients by Volcandra. Get on that record. Don't sleep, whatever you do. Right then, final full-length album. We're off to Germany for the second album from Vorga, and it's called Beyond the Palest Star. This came out on the 29th of March on Transcending Obscurity. So I liked the debut album, not nearly as much as you two did.
Yeah.
I think this is like taken the blueprint of that debut and refined it to absolute perfection. Like this album is fucking incredible.
Yeah, I agree. I love the debut. I love the EP before that, Radiant
Yeah,
Group.
yeah, we did, which we have signed, I believe.
Yes. And but I think this is more ambitious and it's more a mature sound. It's like Uada in space.
Yeah,
type
it is,
sound.
mate. Exactly like that.
I
It's
think
just
more
how
memorable
you get
as well.
it. Yeah, I think it's a better album than the debut, and the debut was phenomenal. I thought.
Yeah,
That's definitely a better album.
yeah. No question, mate. For me, honestly, like I when I went into it, I was like, oh, I'll like this, but I don't know whether it'll be something I'll come back to a lot. It's blown me away, man. This
They've
record,
they've cut the fat, and as you say, Jim,
Yes.
refined their sound, haven't they? They've
yeah.
done a real good job with this, man.
Yeah. This is like one of them, like immersive, put your headphones on, lay back and let the vastness of the cosmos consume you. Like it just puts you, we mentioned him earlier, it puts you right into Adam Burke's artwork, doesn't it? Like it puts you right on that spaceship going out into the unknown. Who knows where you're going?
That's the next album, mate, where it's going. I'll tell you that now.
Be interested to see where they go.
That's what I reckon, mate, because they all follow this pattern thing, and he's heading to something black, mate. So I don't know if it's a clue. I don't know. We don't know anything. That's just my idea. I read a lot into art. Well, you know what I'm like.
Yeah.
But that I just think that is cool. It's like, could that be a clue? I don't know.
Bro, honestly, like this album is so unbelievably well constructed. Like every song is full of dynamics and textures and layers of melodies. And something Vorga do brilliantly, like they know when to restrain songs.
Yes.
Like they know when to hold back and then when to fucking unleash those like aggressive, powerful black metal blasts. And every song just like it just flows fucking unbelievably
like that spaceship's
well.
doing.
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Mate, magical thinking.
Yeah.
That's what they were fucking doing when they conceived that song, mate. I tell you. There's some magical thinking going on in there. Like
And I'll tell you what.
hypnotic, spellbinding.
Yep.
Oh,
And then after that, they went down, picked up In Flames, and then done the Cataclysm.
yeah.
'Cause that's
Oh, mate, yes.
that
Yeah,
is
yeah.
fucking like In Flames-esque, man. Unbelievable track, man. That's just a 4-minute ripper, which is slightly different. It's right in the middle of the album, a little bit different from whatever the album is.
That's what they've done here, Def. They've paced the album brilliantly.
Great pacing of the album, mate.
I really like it. It's like a really warm sounding record. This, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it is.
It's very modern sounding, but it's human sounding as well, if you know what I mean. The guitars are fucking brilliant, mate. Like the heft and might when they hit them chunky riffs, it's just superb. And then the tones on the lead lines and the solos, the guitar tone is just wonderful, man.
Yeah.
I like that the vocals kind of sit back in the mix a little bit, so it gives you like that distant, cosmic feel to it.
Yes.
It's space, isn't it? Is it how his name is pronounced or translated?
Because it's a funny name, yeah.
But yeah, his vocals are wicked on him, man. They're so like powerful and expressive. And then again, the use of synths and keys.
It just gives that spacey overtone, in it, which we like, in it. Yeah.
It's like it's vital to their sound, isn't it?
Yes.
And they're done so tastefully. But yeah, like this I think this album has to be heard in full as like a front to back journey. Do you know what I mean? It's like you said, Def, they're taking you on a journey, like on that fucking spaceship, and you need to be on it
how the tracks are. Yeah, like you said, it's going up and down like a roller coaster, weaving all these asteroids or whatever there is. And that's what you get from the pacing of the album. There's a lot of different dynamics and the way that everything's sort of paced and that. But I love this album. Love it.
Yeah, I do as well, mate. Like it properly like floored me how much I love this record.
Every time I do these roundups, man, I'm just like, fuck, I'm gonna have to like revisit like about 8 albums now.
I know.
You know.
I know.
Do you know what? That's what I do the week after we do this. I'll revisit stuff, and then with a smattering of the newer stuff that's coming out over the next.
Yeah, mate.
But it's always great doing this because, like you're saying, sometimes we don't get time to listen to an album 4 or 5 times.
Yeah,
exactly. But they deserve it. So
yeah.
So yeah, that's the full length. I've just got an EP to shout out very quick. These young whippersnappers hit us up on Instagram the other day. So they're a young band from South Wales called Exhaust, EXAUST, not like the pipe that comes out the back of your car. But so they dropped an EP last year called Thrash Is Back. So they're a 3-piece, mate. They look, I think they're about 18 years old.
Wow.
Incredible.
But they're playing some fucking wicked old school thrash in the vein of Exodus, early Metallica, Testament. And it's really, really cool, man. Definitely a band to keep an eye on. So the EP's up on all streaming sites and stuff. So honestly, if you're into thrash, go and check that shit out.
Yeah, Nige, mate. He'll be the champion for you guys.
Yeah. You'll get old Nige Chupacabra.
We'll have to call the banners, the thrash banners.
Yeah, man. Thrash Bangers Unite. Get on it. It's called Thrash Is Back. The band are called Exhaust, and give them a follow on Instagram as well. Exhaust_thrash. Definitely one to keep an eye on there. But there we go. That is March done. I'm dreading the April's gonna be a 45-parter, so just brace yourself for that.
I'm fucking like anxious already, mate. Like about this album of the year shit, mate. You know, there's 40 things. We say it every year. You know, this is the best year. This is this year's fucking actually.
We've said, mate. We've said we're doing a top 250, Dad. So don't worry.
No, I can't.
We'll get everything in, mate.
I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore.
More tears.
We'll have a few more tears, mate. We'll be all right.
Fucking tears as well.
Fucking hell, it's going to be tears. We're fucked now, aren't we? This is it, forever. Like,
until it just gets more and more mad.
Like, we're only 3 months. We're only 3 months. 3 months down, man.
Yeah,
and we're like this already,
mate. There's so much good shit coming this year. It's fucking insane.
That's why we love it, mate.
We love it.
So there you go. Let us know what your favorite albums from March were. Twitter at Bangers P, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Bangers and Mosh Podcast. Search us up. You'll find us there. As always, thanks for tuning in to Bangers Mosh, the podcast for heavy music. We'll be back soon. But until then, party on, dudes.